Love and sunshine to everyone here at my channel, Joy to the World, and welcome in to my channel. I am Melissa Joy, and I'm here to share some powerful revolution with you this morning. And that's us turning our life in the direction that flows with life. We talk about these proverbial things that so many of the manifesting and mentality and self-actualization things that I couldn't understand it. I mean, I could grasp it, but when I applied it, I didn't see the results that everybody talks about, and it caused me a lot of frustration and disappointment and heart hurts, because hope deferred destroys the heart. But when dreams are fulfilled, it is a joy spring and a wellspring to life. So if you're someone who is looking to live the life of your dreams, you might tune in and listen. And if I talk about astrology, planets, nodes, and odd things like that, just make a little note, jot it down on a little piece of paper and go Google it and get some deeper understanding as to what it is. But it's not beyond the grasp of your spirit and your soul. This is very much in the vein, in the arteries of your being, okay? It's soul speak and soul talk. So that's the little setup and preface. This might be a little lengthy, but I'm going to read it because the whole Sunrise channel was about this. They were talking yesterday on Dragonfly Spirit is here, my friends. Hang on. Who cares about my setup? Let's see if you can see them flying around right there. Maybe you can. But anyways, they're here to destroy the pestilence, the very things that have destroyed your dreams, my friend. So let's get into a bit of it. That's kind of, hang on. Give me a second. Can we get it? Bah! Anyways, okay. There are ancient practices. That's what the ancestors are revealing to me. They showed them all over the sky, and they've been talking about it, and I'm like, okay. Because again, my soul doesn't know any of this, but I embrace it when it feels right in my body. Even if it leaves, okay, sign language, a little question hanging in the air, that's okay. Because those questions, life's leaning in like, oh, their spirit and soul want to know something, I'm going to speak. And the beauty of those questions hanging in the air is it's not me speaking. Your soul, your guide, your spirit, your God, okay? I put those terms out there, depending on which language you're coming from, begin to speak to you in your own language, and it feels natural, and it feels like you, and it feels true because it takes into consideration all the life you're living and exactly where you're going. That's the intimacy, all right? This is just the overview. So there was evidence this morning of blessings coming down one right after the other, and they will be chasing you, and actually they will be chasing each other, these things clamoring for what is going to get you excited, which blessing gets to catch you first. Now that ought to be exciting, making me scratch my back. And they're talking about the back body, like old things that came from, like I have a very difficult father, and by difficult means there's only one way. And that's very Saturnian, and that's very limited. And it could cause a lot of pain because I'm very expressive. I have a Sagittarius rising. I'm like, ooh, look at that, look at this, look at that. Just like me showing you the dragonflies and two doves just landed in. There's pairing and partnering up, feeling secure, becoming whole, feeling restored to your true self, and maybe even a self that you didn't know and haven't experienced in this lifetime, but sensed and we're picking up on. So anyways, they also said, do not be caught in, that's the do not be caught in like the pain or the perception of the past. Let me read it to you. Be on the lookout for those ants, those blessings coming right at you as the new opportunities, or they can pass you by completely unnoticed if you were absorbed in the pain, also known as the fear of the past. At a time, we'll keep that spinning and moving around our mind. And when we're going in the clockwise direction, because wherever people are, all clocks are flowing in the right-hand direction. They're flowing in what we think is right, but they're going against the flow. Kind of like the salmon live all their life to swim upstream, to lay their eggs and die. And you're like, I'm really done and tired of laying my eggs for the blessings to go somewhere else. I want it to come into my life, not to continue to go through death or perpetual phoenix and things like that, because phoenix feed off their own ashes. I know we've glorified phoenix rising and all these things that make you seem to be powerful, but if you have pain in your heart that you're not tasting your dreams, enjoying your dreams, and feeling fulfilled, satisfied, at rest, embodied in them, then that's Phoenix. That's that perpetual death. That's the celebration of false power, the power of endings, the perpetual death. That's karma. That's that narrow, that limit. And it says, well, if you play fair, then I'll give it to you. Well, you said the wrong words. If you said the right words, I would give it to you. You know, if you tried harder, if you all this, is that sounding very familiar? Okay, if it is, continue to stick in here. Because if you do, they're going to have me share the secret with you that they told me. I tried to cut it and move it to a different area for later so that I could save it and have some private time with it. They're like, no share, no share. And I'm like, what about if it gets into the wrong hands, or, you know, people use it for ill-gotten gain or whatever else? They're like, let us handle that. And I'm going, okay. Okay, so I'll share the secrets with you as they come. And that's the power of being at my channel. If you choose to subscribe, it costs you nothing. You are voting in for this channel, and you are connected, saying, I'd love that delivery to come to my home. What Joy is connected to, I'd like that at my home. It doesn't usurp you and your own personal, intimate connection. That's why those questions linger in the air, right? That's the beauty of my channel, is I have nothing to take from you. Okay? I'm offering this advantage alongside everything else beautiful in your life. So, friend, they were talking about the pen is in your hand. The pen is in your hand. Say that really fast, or maybe write it down. The pen is, the penis is in your hand. All right? The seed, where does it come from? This is a big reason why so many people seek their father's approval, because they're like, I know my mother, she's the one who got me here. But they want to have that elusive, that pervasive, that like mysterious energy. And it's been coming in waves of impressions, and now it has come into words, so it has landed here. And it has, I could say a system, but that word is tainted by Saturn, meaning it has those conditions, but this is unconditional. And it's been talking about premeditation. So getting in that state in your heart, and some of you, those sweet, innocent, tender places that you've been so protective of as you've gone through so much in life, those could be some of the first ones to get out, because it's from you to you and with you and you. All right? Begin to get them out. Let the child, the dreamer, the innocent, the creative one, birth yourself into this world, my friend. So get in that state, like mine could be. I really did want world peace, and not in that sense. I want everyone to be happy, because happy is our divine nature. And this is the divine nature coming in to pollinate, inseminate us. So that's why in so many, we could call it religions, which that takes it in the Saturnian system of, well, you need to pay this, you need to do this, you have to earn this, and it's going to take a long time, and you didn't do it right, and bow 5 times, and jump 38 times, and twist around, and, you know, give all your money, okay? Whatever all those things are. None of them have anything to do with this. We're talking about the personal worship, all right? Those systems and religions, they exist, but it's supposed to come into a person. And that's why you need a safe space, and the safe space is you, my friend. So it's in the right hand, okay? And that's why people would touch their hands. Because when we touch them, we're making contact. Just like a battery, it has 2 points of connection. But we're like, well, here and here, where's the battery? It's in the in-between, right? That's why it's been a mystery. That's why it's been here all along. We didn't understand. And even if we're praying and they're both pulling open to each other, that's 2 receivers. Like at the battery, both have flat ends that goes into a remote control or whatever. Which direction is the energy going to flow? Okay? So that has been this whole concept here. You have the pen is, and then you have the womb, the receiver, right? The potential. When you place them together, you imagine that when they connect, out of the center of this hand becomes the finger, we'll just call it, and it moves inside like this into here. And when they're connected, they're secure and you are safe. It's like a safe deposit box. It requires 2, but one is the receiver, the lock, and the other is the key. Okay, so this is how we create action potential, choice-based. So place them together, and then you imagine that occurring, right? Because it's our mind coming into our heart and getting them on the same page, okay? And then you begin to write. You begin to write, and it's not a bunch of words. It goes into our intelligence, thus the I, right? And so it gets in here, and you just begin to breathe, and you imagine the energy circling counterclockwise. That's the direction the earth spins. And when we get in harmony with the direction the earth spins, we're seeing life as it's fresh and new, as opposed to trash panning and eating the rubbish and the bits and the baubles and working from death to death, because that's the end. That is the end. And when it's already over, how do you bring it back to life? Okay? So this is me helping you establish your root and your fruit. So it's no more having to go buy your flowers. You got your own garden. It is gorgeous. And Dragonfly is here to eat up the pest. Thank you, Dragonfly Spirit. So you place them together and you just breathe calmly and you relax your shoulders and your mind, and you're not trying and you're not forcing, you're just seeing it. You just begin to see it moving this way. And if you're not seeing streams of light, because light is the seed, delight, right? If you're not necessarily seeing it, that's okay. There have been years I couldn't see it all. So then you feel it. So you just imagine it. And you could even, if you're having trouble with that, you could do something like, and you notice how I'm doing little wobbles? Because in my mind, I'm doing the hum to zoom it around and make it go around like the Himalaya at the fair, or like that cat toy that it's a flat pallet with a ball trapped. I'm just imagining it circling around, okay? And it's moving through not just the arms, but through that portion of my body, the chest portion, through the left side, coming around the back, through the right side, and it just keeps circulating. And just, a handful of breaths, a couple of minutes, a few minutes. And that's the beauty of it. There's no needing the umbilical cord of having to be tethered or tied to or attached. And but yet it's fully potentized. It is divine. It is alive, and it has its own life force. That's the beautiful thing, because we couldn't conceive it, because the way we could bring about children is, well, especially because I'm a female, I'm left carrying it and being attached and being tethered to it, my body being distorted and having to eat for two. No, this has a life of its own. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of divinity, is these dreams and desires coming forth, birth like children, just like people. It's two individuals that come together that make its own DNA. It came from two places, but it becomes its own, so it becomes the power of three. It becomes the power of three, just like if you have a business. The business has its own life force, its own inception, its own conception, its own birth. Well, so do your dreams. So in that moment, when you feel relaxed and you feel like the energy is, we could say winding down, but it's relaxing and it's easing off, it's complete. And then just give thanks. Thanks be to God. That's what I say. Thanks be to God. And I'm like, and out it goes. Out it goes, and it does around us. Ooh, there's stuff stirring under the water. Somebody's got an abundance of wealth coming. And if it's true to you and you're at peace with it, there's nothing off limits here, friend. But there's no need to act upon other people. All right? Say you're someone who's praying for a husband. How about you pray for my husband? Meaning your own words, right? Pray for your husband, or you're praying for your dream job. All right, staying in those realms of generalities, yet specific, because meaning specific, but dream job. And life will begin to bring these feelings and awaken these feelings in you, because if they've been buried down for a while, it might be things you're not even familiar with, you're not even aware of, and it's going to start percolating up inside of you. That's why it moves through you, as you're pollinating the heart with your imagination, your divine imagination. They come together, birth out into this world, and then you'll start finding it show up to you, and it will feel inspired. It will feel authentic to who you are. It will feel like you'll flavor and you savor, and you'll be like, I never knew I like guacamole. And you're like, that stuff ain't gross after all. Hey friends, how we go have guacamole night? Do you see what I mean? And then maybe when you're out doing that, you meet this colorful character that you absolutely love. And when they talk, it just sparks your mind up and it gets you excited and asking questions. And you might find, hey, that's a really neat dynamic. I like that. I would start a podcast. Can you see how original it is? We were taught everything is linear and logical and verbal and do this and that, and that's backwards. That's like trying to shove all this mess inside of you, and that creates stress and pressure. This creates release. It creates tone, tune, harmony, balance. I hope that's exciting for you, friend. I'm really glad you stuck around to hear all this. Takes away the crumbing, takes away the death, takes away the money power dynamic, meaning that when I can work to earn this, then I'm worthy of my dreams coming true and I can apply it towards my dreams, or I can get others to get on board with my dreams. No, this begins and ends with you. It's perfect. And that's what it means about life coming to you, chasing you down from behind, like things that you had dreamt that seem dead or lost or whatever. They're going to come chase you down, tap you on the shoulder. You can turn around and be like, woo! And you'll think, oh my God, oh my God, it's here. You know, and it's bigger than just winning the lottery. When the impossible doesn't just become possible, it becomes true. That excites me. You, my friend, are my dream. You living your dream. You feeling your dream, you feeling satisfied and whole and happy and loved and supported. And because the reason we desire those things is so that we can live in the freedom and generosity of our heart, supporting and loving all those around us. It's that dynamism of community of the whole world, kind of like bees buzzing and the flowers and the fruit and the people and the whole thing. Going back to its nature, yeah, that gets me excited. Whoa, woo. All right, friend. So, hey, if you haven't already, consider subscribing and joining my channel. It is free, right? And it tunes you in and taps you into what is going on here. Also, leave comments, compliments down below. Maybe give me a little wave, a little hi. I'd love to see you and hear from you. All right, until next time. Bye.